Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Tuesday to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in week 4 of our London Black Knights series, season 2. And in the last episode we did beat the Cincinnati Bengals 58-0 at home in Olympic Stadium. So I'll have that in the link in the description if you guys want to check that episode out. Chandler Jones had 4 sacks, 3 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. So he didn't score any defensive touchdowns in that episode. And we're on the verge of going 4-0 as we're playing against the Miami Dolphins in our first road game of the season.
Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins versus Joe Flacco and the London Black Knights.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is kickoff time here in Miami, Florida in the 3:05. So Chris Boswell, he's ready to kick this one off for London. And the Miami Dolphins are going to wear those retro 70s uniforms. They went undefeated in 72, 14-0. Head coached by Don Shula, who passed away May 4th of last year, 2020. So Tua Tagovailoa, he is going to step onto the field for the first time in this episode. So he's one of few left-handed QBs in this NFL league. And CJ Mosley gets the first sack of the night for the Black Knights. So 2nd and 16 now here for Miami. So Miami, they're going to try to move the chains here. They don't want to lose so many yards, and they lost the football. Danny Shelton, the former Cleveland Browns defensive lineman, makes that fumble recovery. And we get to see some Joe Flacco in this episode. We get to see him. We're in the red zone, so we're going to use some inside zone split with Melvin Gordon III, who had at least 118 yards rushing in last episode. Emmanuel Ogbah made the sack there as he lost about 2 yards on that play, Melvin Gordon. We don't want to lose yardage. We want to gain some yardage. And he does, in fact, get that first down. 2 rushes, 11 yards for that guy. So we're going to use a halfback wham. And we're only 2 yards away from getting it into the end zone. And we want to get that into the end zone in time, because this is our very first drive of the game. Keep that in mind. So Flacco, he steps back to pass. He's got to fire this one out to Antonio Brown. Turns out it's incomplete. 3rd and goal now for London. So we're going to use the Y-stick pass play. And Antonio Brown will be our primary receiver for this play. And we throw this to AB, Miami native, touchdown, Black Knights. They're going to lead this 1-7-0. And we'll see you guys when we're on defense. Alright, now this is going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Miami Dolphins. They're back on offense, so they don't want to make that mistake losing the ball like they did last time. And Devontae Freeman, he runs the ball for the first time. He lost about 4 yards there on that play. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebacker Quan Alexander makes the stop there. So that was a good defensive play for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 now here for the Dolphins. They don't want to make mistakes, and they want to be 3-1 on the year. So they don't want to make those errors like they have been on these last few plays, because there is a flag, and I think it is the roughing the passer call. It's on London, so Miami's going to likely accept it with Quan Alexander and they are going to accept the penalty. 1st and 10 now, and they're at the 39. So they're going to hand this off to the running back, Devontae Freeman. And he lost a yard there too. I mean, he has -5 yards. And he's not off to a good start running-wise. I mean, he has -5. If you want to be a running back, you don't want to lose loads and loads of yards, because that's going to affect your running back career. Amari Washington makes the sack there, and it's now 3rd and 20. We have 3 sacks defensively in this first quarter, and we get our 4th sack defensively. So CJ Mosley, he has his 3rd sack of the game already. He might be AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Who knows? We'll see you in the second quarter. Okay, 4th and 27 now. The Dolphins are going to have to punt this out, and Antonio Brown, who scored London's touchdown last quarter, he's going to return this one, and he is still on his feet. He's going to return this all the way. Nobody's going to stop him there. He's going to take this all the way, and he's going to score that touchdown. And that is a 92-yard TD for Antonio Brown, the Miami native. So he extends this Black Knights lead to 14-0. And he got a lot of daylight there. I mean, nobody tried to stop him. Nobody even tried to tackle him. He uses that spin move there, and he got a touchdown. So it's 14-0 London. We're going to take a break. Alright, and Jalen Ramsey does claim that INT, so that break didn't even last very long. It only lasted like 3 seconds worth. And we are back on offense, so we're going to use the Z-spot pass play. So Miami already has 2 turnovers in this episode already. So Flacco, he's back to pass. I don't know who he's going to throw this one to, but he's going to throw this to Antonio Brown. Gets it at the 49. 27 yards for Joe Flacco in this game. So we have 513 passing yards this season, and we're only in week 4. So we should be, at least, if we keep throwing passes, have at least 5,000 passing yards by the end of the regular season. So Melvin Gordon uses that juke move there, and he will get stopped at the 13. Melvin Gordon, he's shaken up. He has his injury. We don't know if he's going to return or not, because depending on the injury, the longer he could be out, the longer he could be in. We just don't know for a fact. So we're going to use a strong formation here. I am thinking, you know what, I'm just going to use the dagger pass play at the 13. So Joe Flacco, he's back to pass. He's going to fire this one out to Rob Gronkowski, and he gets this one into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the regular season, and the first one on the day. So London's leading this one 21-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll see you guys after the 2-minute warning. Alright, and Devin Mccourty actually gets a pick 6 for the Black Knight. So he gets the first pick 6 of the game. First defensive touchdown of the game. So they're going to lead this one 28-0. And Tua Tagovailoa, he has not been off to a good start. He's thrown 2 INTs, and we claimed that interception. So he's going to return this all the way, gets that touchdown, and we're going to actually do a 2-point conversion. So we're going to use a power O run play. Miami with its 3rd turnover in the episode. So we're going to hand this off to Frank Gore, and he gets that in for 2. We're going to take a break. Alright, 4th and 13 now here for Miami. So they're going to punt this out, and Antonio Brown will be ready to return the punt. So last time he returned a punt, it was a touchdown. But in this case, what you guys just saw was not a touchdown. So we're just going to we're actually going to pass the ball to Justin Jefferson on 1st and 10. So Flacco, he's back to pass. He's going to fire this one out to Justin Jefferson, the LSU product. And he's going to get that first down, 4 for 5, 72 yards. And he has a touchdown. So we're going to use a PA middle shot pass play on 1st and 10. So Joe Flacco, He's back to pass. He's going to fire this one out to Justin Jefferson. And he gets stopped there at the 5. So 5 for 6, 97 yards. So if he gets this touchdown, Joe Flacco will have 100 passing yards in today's episode. So we're going to use a quick slant route here. And I'm going to pass it to former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown. Turns out that was incomplete. We got pressured down, but we didn't get sacked. Second and goal, Flacco back to pass, fires this one. Brown, touchdown, Black Knights. And Antonio Brown has 6 touchdowns on the season, so London's going to lead this one 36-0, and we'll see you guys in the second half. Alright, we're ready to return the kickoff for the second half, and Todd Gurley, he's ready to return this punt, so Todd Gurley, one of our other running backs for this team, so he's going to return this one. And he gets stopped at the 34. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the London Black Knights. So we're going to use the 94 wheel run play featuring Melvin Gordon III, as it will be a 1st and 10. So we're going to hand this off to Gordon. And he gets stopped there at the 41. So 6 rushes, 54 yards. And he hasn't scored a touchdown in this game, so he needs 46 more yards rushing if we want to get at least 100 yards in today's episode. Gronk claims that reception, so 7 for 9 for Flacco, 126 yards. And he has 3 touchdowns in this game, so we're going to run the ball on 1st and 10. So I'm going to hand this off to Melvin Gordon III. So he uses that juke move there. And he is going to get stopped at the 7. So 7 carries, 82 yards. So we have over 500 rushing yards this season. So that's impressive to see. And Flacco hands us off to Gordon. And Melvin Gordon gets the touchdown. So that's going to be his first rushing touchdown of the game. 8th one on the year for Melvin Gordon. So they're going to lead this one 43-0. Alright, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line here in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium. So they're going to run the ball with Devontae Freeman. He's been gaining some yards in this second half running-wise, but he lost quite a bit of yards in the first half. So he was on the negative side. So he really wasn't going to be that MVP contender in this episode. CJ Mosley makes the sack, and Sheldon Rankins, he's going to make this fumble recovery happen, and he scores it for a touchdown for the Black Knights, and it's going to be 50-0. So they're going to take this one to the house, and London leads this one 50-0. We'll see you in the 4th quarter. Alright, now 1st and 10 for the London Black Knights. So we're going to run the ball with Melvin Gordon III. So we're going to hand this off to Melvin Gordon. So he's going to break some tackles, and he's going to get stopped there at the 49. 103 yards. So he's passed over 100 yards today in this episode. So I am going to sub out my QB. I'm just going to take a small break. Alright, we're going to use a PA tight end slide on 1st down and 10. So Joshua Dobbs, he's going to throw this one out to Williams. So Josh Dobbs 1 for 1 there, 27 yards. Alright, 1st and 10, Joshua Dobbs, he's back to pass. He's going to fire this one out to Leonard Fournette. So he gets that 1st down. He gets stopped at the 12. Clock's winding down pretty fast here in Miami, Florida. So we're in the 3:05, about 15 minutes from Miami Beach, Florida. So Melvin Gordon runs the ball. He gets it down at the 4. Alright, 1st and 10 now from the 33-yard line here in Miami. So Tua Tagovailoa, he's going to throw this one to Mike Gesicki. He gets stopped at the 49. Which is near the middle of the 50s. So this game went pretty fast here. I mean, I will give credit to CJ Mosley with 4 sacks in this episode. I could have saw him get 7, but 4 sacks is better than no sacks. I mean, Derek Thomas in 1990 had 7 sacks against the Seattle Seahawks when he played for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Quan Alexander has 0.5 sacks. So this is going to be an interesting episode to see defensively. So Tua Tagovailoa, he is going to perfect timing user pick. So Jordan Poyer gets that game-ending pick 6, return for a touchdown, 48-yarder. And we're going to actually do a 2-point conversion, and we will see you at statistics after this one. So Miami got 6 turnovers in this game. Not one of the best performances by Miami this season, as they will get their second loss on the year. Alright, Joe Flacco, 158.3 passer rating, 3 touchdowns on the day. Tua Tagovailoa had 3 INTs, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns, which I'll explain in a minute. Melvin Gordon, 10 carries, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 broken tackles on the day. So Antonio Brown had 3 receptions, 32 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Rob Gronkowski, he just had 1 touchdown on the day. Defensively, this is where we get to see something interesting. CJ Mosley, 5 sacks on the episode. Amari Washington had 1.5. Leonard Floyd, Jordan Poyer all claimed 1 sack each, along with Kyle Van Noy. Camus Grugier-Hill, Quan Alexander, and Emmanuel Ogbah all claimed sacks in this episode. Devin Mccourty, Jalen Ramsey, and Jordan Poyer. I gotta say McCourty. Oh, where was I? Going to defense. So, as I was saying, Devin McCourty and Jordan Poyer were the only defensive players to get an INT return for a touchdown. And there were only 2, actually 3, because Sheldon Rankins made that fumble recovery for a touchdown, so that made sense. And Antonio Brown, he had 124 punt return yards, the longest at 92, and he gets a punt return TD. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay tuned and stay awesome, everybody.